All right, so we just painstakingly watched the new collaboration video between Iggy Azalea and Britney Spears. What is the Demon Child music of like that was? It's like so. I'm surprised they actually got together because it's kind of like perfect for each other.
I couldn't see that happening.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But this is my thing. So we watched the video. It's ridiculous. It reminds me of the movie, the 1988 movie, Earth Girls Are Easy, and that's cool and everything because I remember the movie. But you have Iggy Azalea and you got Britney Spears, and they're acting like caricatures of themselves. But didn't that look like the real life version of White Chicks?
Yes. I will give that prop. Yes, it did. Seeing it now, you said that it does look like that.
We're just so pretend. Let's go shopping. We're coming over.
And we have Lone Wolf in the corner cringing at life.
It wasn't the Wayne brothers pretending to be white chicks. It was actually white chicks.
I am.
Let's hear it.
I'm not gonna react in a very, very like upsetting. I'm angry right now. I've been doing my best to avoid listening to that song. Because I don't like Iggy Azalea for what she represents.
God.
And Britney Spears is a really good artist in what she does. She's just had some rough times.
Let's go shopping.
It's sad. It's really sad. That's what it is.
Couldn't you see at the end of that video? At the end of the video, what if like at the end of the video was like fade to black, and then the Mattel sign came up.
Sneaky bastards. Sneaky bastards.
The thing that would bother me most, that bothers me most about this
Iggy has the Bruce Jenner thing going on.
Belinda, get it right.
Iggy's real name is Eric.
I'm so I'm upset because there are people who are gonna watch this and like think it's the most amazing thing in the world.
Too late.
It's a caricature of themselves and what girls quote unquote represent. And I say that being extremely sarcastic, meaning that it represents girls in a sense of stereotyping and stuff like that.
In the best ways, worst ways by saying best ways, of course.
Okay.
And the fact that they that Iggy Azalea is just not a good person. She is a person that takes advantage of her fan base. She's all in the sake for just earning power and money and stuff like that. All in the sake of just earning power and money.
She's an Aussie. That's Australian for beer.
Yeah, I don't give a crap about her nationality and stuff like that. I feel that way about any artist in general. But you have a white Aussie rapper who's basically
pretending to be a black person.
All but said that she doesn't really give a fuck about anybody, and she's using that to exploit her fan base, and her fan base is just like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. It's like, no, don't you see it? She doesn't give a shit about you guys. Put like, is she really that good? Listen to some of her stuff.
We have seen one concert where
really
she
that
good? Bullshit. She's just.
I'm like, what the fuck is she saying? And I feel that way about a lot of rappers.
I mean,
but a good portion of rappers, especially like old school rappers, they did it to kind of like get by and stuff like that. But it wasn't like I'm just for some of them. It wasn't I'm trying to do fame and money. You see that more prevalent now with like freaking some of the rappers. I'm not gonna name any rapper names.
Lil Wayne.
I'm not. No, I wasn't even gonna say Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne he's the first person to kind of start it, and then you have people like Young Thug, and the list goes on and on and on.
I think the list is Young Thug.
Young Thug. No, it's just no. There are other rappers that do it. It's just the fact that they just don't care about their family. It's all about literally. They'll even say it. It's all about getting rich, getting money. Man.
I'm gonna end it on these 2 points. I'm gonna end it up on these 2 points. Number one, Iggy Azalea is not a good rapper, but you know what? T.I. is. No, but who thinks writing shit?
Yeah,
she's on Grand Hustle. And number two, they can do this because they're just so pretty.
would not.
All right, episode number 37. God, that makes it sound kind of old. Like, it's 52 weeks in a year.
You're closer to it than I am, so.
Shit. Tony is really.
Tony's the closest.
When the stuff.
Where is Tony?
Working.
Okay.
I love how you caught you working at. Shit, I can't let him know his business where he working at.
Because something might be listening.
But so, anyways, episode 37. We are the 3 horsemen of the round table right now. The red round table.
Yeah, the round table.
Red round table. Do y'all have something red on? Well, I guess. No. Anyways, I'm Red K, joined by Lone Wolf King Legacy, and we are to the midway point, almost the midway point of the month, and we still got a pretty significant part of the month to get our advertising on. We're trying to promote our big tournament, the best kept secret Wollie Mopped game, sponsored by Blue Dragon Video Games and Umicon Daytona, the Daytona Beach Beatdown.
Yeah.
8 games, a lot of money. Speed Park Motorsport is going down May 31st. Sunday.
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody is welcome.
I mean,
and you do not have to play to come. You can just come, chill out, watch.
Yeah.
Be part of the crowd. We invite you to. And I haven't got the specifics yet, and I will in another video I'm making. Put it up, but we're going to have discounts for people who come to the speed park that are part of the video game tournament. The speed park, if you want to play like the go-karts or something like that, they're going to give you a discount for being part of the actual event that we're having. So, you know, good stuff all around.
Yep, not just gaming, but have some fun. Bring your friends. Bring if you got a family, bring them along too.
Yeah, definitely. Probably stay away from Mortal Kombat, but whatever.
If you got kids, stay away from Mortal Kombat just for our sake.
Yeah, but if you got kids and you like and they got Mortal Kombat anyway, sign them up. I love Jason, Daddy.
That's so bad.
Anybody got anything important to say on intros?
No, just I think we can get the show on the road. It's been real slow. Like
E3's coming up, so the next couple of episodes are going to be really slow.
Everybody's on lockdown, man.
Yeah, everybody's like tight lip. You know what's going to be fun to see what happens.
What's that?
Who's going to be the big slip up, the big reveal that's not supposed to be revealed before E3?
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because there's always one.
Yeah.
I forget. I think last year was.
I remember what last year's was.
Last year there was a big slip up. They dropped somebody. I forget who it was. The trailer leaked, so they just threw it all out the day before E3.
Yeah,
I forget who it was.
I remember it happened. I don't remember.
Something leaked like the 2 days before E3. And they just dropped the trailer the day before E3, and like you could watch it whenever.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna get straight into the show. More info about the Daytona Beach Beatdown. Thank God we have something going on.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what I mean. Like gaming news is pretty slow. But there's a new Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Up next in the story you should have heard about. So in the first story we should have heard about, surprise, surprise, there's a new do you guys know there's a new Assassin's Creed coming out this year?
Yeah.
Really? You mean that Ubisoft is keeping to their words and saying they're going to release one every year? Wow!
I hear something
for the lovely sound of dollar bills floating from the sky, coins hitting the ground, and they're going to dive into their wonderful vault of money like Scrooge McDuck.
Hey, it's actually like a little pile of money in a hay stack.
Yeah, from the last game. But then again, I've played. They're still good because they have other games that are really good. But
yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Unity was the last game, and it me and Will were watching the trailer of the new game, which you're probably looking at right now. And when we were watching it, our internet was a little slow, so the video kept pausing. But if you played Assassin's Creed Unity, we thought that was just the actual game because the game pauses like that while you're playing it.
That's a normal frame rate for it. That's the same frame rate that it's going to be. If it's anything like Unity, which they've said that they're going to...
3 frames per second?
Yeah. No, 3 frames every other second. They said that it's basically they're building off the Unity engine.
It looks like Unity.
Guys, I don't want to be the stick in the mud of this party, but
hey guys,
probably not the best idea.
I mean, even Madden kind of just sticks to the same old script and But you know what? Of all the yearly iterations of games that come out, I would have to say Assassin's Creed is the most. For me, in my taste of games, it's the most I can stand it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll buy it. I bought all of them.
This time,
I'm
I don't
so
know.
ashamed.
I didn't buy none of them.
This time, I don't know.
You didn't buy any of them?
I played the first one. I was like, I'm done with it.
Well,
I was hyped for the first one. I was like super hyped for the first one.
You told me about it.
Oh, I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world, like amazing, like I gotta play this. And I loved Uncle's Lonely Soul as their thing because that was my theme song for when I was younger when the game first came out. And 2 came out, and I was like, "This is fucking amazing!" This is when they actually took the time to like make the game properly.
Yeah, I was going. I'm gonna add on to that.
Yeah.
Like 1 was a good stepping stone, and it did exactly what it said it was gonna do. It was just very repetitive.
They didn't have any meat to the gameplay.
But it was one of the first games. Besides Grand Theft Auto, but in Grand Theft Auto, which you just run around and shoot shit. Like it was one of the first games that had it. And you're smiling because that's what you like to do.
It was because he's a Neanderthal, not very bright.
Fuck you,
Neanderthal. The first thing,
like
if you can't blow it up, fuck it.
And now we're gonna use our words to come back with an intelligent retort. John.
I hope you go to hell.
Anyways, I was gonna say something else, but I was gonna be like, "Where's Paulie's shirt? He should be here any moment now." So like I said, it was one of the first games that allowed you to actually like go and ride a horse and ride somewhere and go to another city, and in that city was other places that you go into, and they had buildings that you can walk into, and you walked into a building. And then, like, you would go up the stairs and shit. It was like, holy, like, besides the actual game mechanics, which were very repetitive, but I like doing them. I got all the flags. Yeah. That's how much I liked it. Yeah. Like, it was the first game where I could be like, and it sounds stupid said in this day and age, but like, there was a place you can see in the distance, and you can drive, and you can ride your horse there and get there.
And go there.
And then when you got there was stuff to do inside of that building, and then you could go out that building. And the same shit, it was just crazy. It was just
2 favorite cities, Damascus, Jerusalem, or 3 favorite cities.
Jerusalem,
Damascus, Jerusalem, and Acre. Even though I didn't like Acre just because of the freaking retarded guys. I don't care. I'm not being politically correct. They were retarded guys, and then they hit you with their freaking arms and like knock you over and stuff.
And the fact that the thought process that went into the game, like, okay, you can like do a smoke bomb and get away. It was like some Batman shit.
There was no smoke bombs.
It was like was it money?
Yeah, it was money. You would throw down money,
like,
and it would get people.
And you could like blend in with shit and like sneak away and shit like that.
In the first one, they didn't give you the option to blend in with any and everybody. Like
not any and everybody, but
you can blend in with the monks who look just like
you.
Right robes.
They look like you. You're wearing a robe, so you like blended in like that. And like it was. And coming from playing all the Splinter Cells, I was like, this is like exactly what I want, but it's like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. That made it repetitive. 2 was great. 3 was good.
2 was awesome.
And Brotherhood was like
two really improved on 1
everything.
Like heavily.
Like everything. Like
Brotherhood.
This was the game we really wanted to make, but we had to get something out.
Then the story was like awesome, and because 1 left you on such a cliffhanger with the Desmond story, it was like I gotta play 2.
Yeah.
3 Brotherhood came out. Brotherhood expanded it. Revelations didn't do anything new, but it was just a cap onto the whole Ezio story.
Yeah. Ezio's a cool character. I still think Altair was more interesting than Ezio.
Yeah. Well, Ezio was more
of a
into
person.
the world, and he was more of a person, and he was more relatable because he had a personality. Where Altair didn't. Altair was for a character, he was very bland. He was cool, but he was bland, and it didn't give him a real story or background.
More mysterious because I want to see what happened.
Yeah, well,
later.
they didn't give him. They didn't give in
his legacy.
In Revelations, they gave it kind of like this is what happened after everything. And
but then I was like, I can remember playing this shit. I was like, I played this already.
But yeah, it was saying it's like, oh, you get the hook blade, now you can climb up higher.
But they've been on a downward spiral story wise. Since 3, where Desmond died, and like you thought that was
spoiler alert.
If you don't know Desmond died,
dude, it's still too early because some people really it's still too early.
It's been 2 games.
It's still too early. Some people. That's like
if somebody spoiled Sons of the Patriot to me.
Still too for that one. No, for that one I would say no, just because that's 2 generations ago. This is only 1 generation, and still the Assassin's Creed game still is going with the story.
Enough said. But yeah, so the actual, because there's always a story going on in the history of Assassin's Creed, but what's going on in the present was always more interesting to me. Like I used to play when Assassin's Creed, I used to play the story of what happened in the past to find out what happened, to get these little nitbits of the story in the future to see what's going to happen. Now I don't give a fuck what's going on in the future, and I just want to play the
because they've gone from the Desmond story to your nameless, faceless guy who, like, what made me sad. I'll start with this part first with the whole Desmond thing. What made me sad is in Assassin's Creed 1 through 3, including Brotherhood and Revelations, Desmond was a bland character, extremely bland character. Because he had North. Even outside of Nolan North, he was a bland character. Even in 3, when they tried to make it seem like, oh well, he's doing some stuff.
1 was the one where he was like, "What happened? What's happening?"
Yeah, like you don't know anything on that end.
What's going on?
Yeah, 2, they give you a little bit more background, but still, it's like I got.
Side note: how did you play 1?
How did I play it?
On what system?
PS3.
It wasn't for PS3.
Exactly.
Original. Oh, it did come out eventually later.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I played it.
Why did you play 1 on PS3? By that time, 2 and 3 were already out.
2 and 3 were already out.
That's
2 and Brotherhood were already out.
That's the one I wanted to play, because if I wanted to play it, I wanted to play it.
Then you play. I would tell you.
Yeah, like
right
2 and Brotherhood are
way better.
I
didn't want to skip, so let me play the
first. No. I would recommend, if anybody who hasn't played the Assassin's Creed series, I recommend start at 1. Power through
That's
it.
what I talked about.
Power through it. The get through the thing, but don't judge the rest of this. Don't judge the series. Don't judge the series or the rest of the games based on the first one, because it changes totally,
dynamically.
Yeah, it totally changes the gameplay, story, and everything.
I'm gonna disagree with Will, and I'm gonna say go online and watch all the cutscenes from 1, and then play 2.
The reason why I say play it first is the satisfaction you get from playing from playing 2 on.
I agree.
We'll get you. It's like
you'll be like, oh shit, like
you'll just start like, oh man, this series has always been awesome.
Not exactly. Anyways, let's get to the trailer.
Yeah.
What is it called? Assassin's Creed
Syndicate,
where we're in jolly old London,
Victorian England,
and they even got people's teeth right. The people's teeth are jacked up in the trailer.
That's a stereotype. British people can have good teeth.
I'm about to say.
Hey, I'm American. I got fucked up teeth. So, well, not like booby, not like a booby trap in my mouth. But
your teeth don't look like Project Witness.
Yeah. It doesn't look like like you're about to go through Vietnam in my face.
But they're like you said, they're building off the engine that they used, which was the I forgot the engine. Unity engine,
yeah.
Which could be a great thing or a really, really bad thing.
They're going off with Assassin's Creed Unity engine, and they're basically saying, well, kind of like Unity was the prototype of this game.
And it's a gorgeous game. It's a fucking gorgeous game.
So is Unity.
No, I'm saying Unity.
Yeah.
When Unity works, when Unity is working, it is an incredible experience.
And I like the free running elements in it because it's smoother than the previous games.
I mean, you've heard this pretty much in every generation. I mean, from the original Xbox where they had Dead Rising, and you was like, oh, we got like 100 enemies on screen and everything. But the sheer number of people on screen at one time is like when you're in a mob and they're like, kill him. It's like you feel, and you're like, when you're blending in, you really feel like you're blending in.
This is like hundreds. It feels like it is like hundreds of people on the screen at once.
When there's like literally like 200 people like trying to storm a gate. And you're like
literally
you're just like walking through and trying to avoid like 6 guards.
Yeah, you can do that.
You feel like a badass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I love the free running elements. Like they have a free run up and a free run down. So instead of like I want to run past this,
fall to your death for something stupid.
You won't fall to your death, and you won't like I want to run past this, and you're like run up a building and like that.
It's like nice, and you're chasing somebody and you miss them and whatever the case is.
But more fine. free running where you're trying to like get into a small window or something like that is ridiculously
like we were talking about earlier. Like,
hard.
You can go into like a building and like a window and like.
But for some of the stuff, it's like hard. Like you'll do it by accident, go into a building, and you'll be like, "Oh well, fuck! I just want to get out." And it's like, "Nope, I can't." And when you want to do it, it's like, "Well, fuck! It won't go."
So some of the new features we saw, like, of course. We're not in France anymore. We're in England, so everybody has the top hats in them. I'm pretty sure
Victorian England. So
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some. We're gonna have some kind of missions.
This is literally the stereotype England thing.
Yeah. This is what you think of when you think of England.
Yeah,
we'll probably see Austin Powers in it. I kind of
got a slight Bloodborne feel from it. Yeah, very slight. Cause
they had like the underground fight clubs, which was pretty cool in the video. I definitely would love to take part in that. There'll probably be guns.
Yeah, they'll most likely. He has a grappling hook.
Yeah,
has a really, really cool grappling hook.
There'll be some kind of Gatling gun probably.
They've talked about which they showed him like hijacking a horse and buggy for a carriage.
Nice.
You can actually fight. You actually fight on
great.
Top of the horse and buggy while it's moving. Yeah. There's a fight club in it.
Yeah, the fight club seems really awesome.
Supposedly there's a Brock Lesnar esque character in this fight club thing.
Yeah. There are gonna be so many horrible accents in this game. You already know, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, they couldn't even get Ubisoft is in Montreal. Yeah. And they couldn't get the French voices right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The French Canadians couldn't get the French voices right in the Americanized version of Assassin's Creed. But you know what? Round table. We'll go around. I'll do mine first. I'm not excited because everybody wants to go to China. Japan. I wouldn't mind going to China or Japan if I can get close. But I don't think there's been a good feudal Japan game since Jade Empire.
Yes, since Jade Empire. And
they actually had like a kung fu style, and you can go.
Wow, that's racist as fuck. Kung Fu's Chinese.
Is it Chinese?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought have to go with samurai.
Because Bruce Lee was Chinese.
Yes, he was Chinese. There's different styles of kung fu.
Okay, well he invented kung fu, right?
No.
Jeet Kune Do.
Racist bastard.
He invented what?
Jeet Kune Do.
Jeet Kune Do. And that's literally his art, his style, which nobody technically.
But then there's the sword style that they do in Japan, right? I forget what that's called too.
That's samurai.
That's
Bushido. The art of Bushido is the lifestyle of swordsmanship.
He's talking about ninja then. Talking about
ninjas.
But I'm saying like to separate all that stuff, because if you really think about Assassin's Creed, they've been fighting. Even though the mechanics have changed, the actual look and appeal of the fighting styles pretty samey.
Yeah, well,
besides if you're fighting with a rapier versus a blade versus a katana.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I think the biggest
you have to
change,
advance the fighting system is what I'm saying.
The biggest change I've seen in the fighting system was for one game actually, and that was
3
Black Flag. No, Black Flag.
That very piratey. Very piratey.
Yeah, 3 had its change, but each the one thing I do like about
fighting
the
with Connor was with the Indian
the tomahawk.
Tomahawks, yeah, that was very interesting.
The thing with I like about each of the Assassin's Creed games is each character that you play, they have a different feat. So Altair is very like rough.
Yeah,
and he's skilled, but for the time of the sword style that was then, he's very kind of like rough, and it's
like
all about putting longsword power,
like,
and
exactly.
and he would use his stature and his speed to like avoid stuff and stuff, but it was very very rough.
It's very power.
Ezio was more finesse.
Ezio was more finesse with a touch of street.
Yeah.
Like Ezio would have the skill to fight, and then he like punch the shit at you.
He's a street fighter essentially, but he's finesse. He has a lot of finesse and like skill with it.
Connor
was very brutal. Brutal in the way that he did his stuff, but very very skilled and very He had finesse.
Was agile.
I would say
he was
the
most agile.
And it's based off a lot of the martial arts that, or the fighting styles that Native Americans had. Is very like quick hit and run tactics, and they're very they can be dangerous one-on-one.
He had the scorpion. Get over here.
Yeah, that was actually the rope dart was from Chinese. In the game, they explained it's actually a Chinese weapon, which it is. Kind of like the meteor hammer. Which is
basically,
really
if you didn't play John, like he would basically hang from a tree. and freaking like throw the rope dart at you, and then swing down holding the rope dart, and you would like hang yourself or like whatever
you would
on
hang
the tree.
from the tree, yeah. And that's a wrap.
And you would go,
yeah, and then you die.
It was so dope.
Edward Kenway from Black
He
Flag.
was just all thug.
Yeah, very
Just
he was skilled, but all his way was very unorthodox.
thug.
Very just he dirty fighter. He's the dirtiest fighter, and I love that about him.
just
he's
kick
so
salt
much
in your
fun.
eyes,
He's so much fun to play with his pistols and everything. He's so much fun.
Yeah.
Arnold's in my opinion, from all of the, he's the least skilled.
Yeah.
Even though he gets more like training and stuff like, he's the most. He's the one that's the least like pretty. He does the stuff. He's like he gets the job done.
I'd rather not fight though.
Pretty. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty. It's not pretty at all.
He doesn't enjoy it, but yeah, they have. So I mean, there's some good stuff going on, but for me myself personally, I'm gonna end up buying it and playing it, but I'm not excited for it. What about you, John?
I'm on podcast catch up. I gotta catch up first before I play it.
I give it. I say if you don't like 2, then it's understandable you don't like this game thing, whatever. But I say at least give 2 a chance before you just totally write off the series after 1. Like don't do that with this series.
Yeah, because if I did that to Uncharted, I would be a very sad.
Uncharted,
and I wanted to do that.
Yeah, Uncharted.
I wanted to do that. Uncharted 1 was until the last. Honestly, until the last, I will say 3 hours of Uncharted, I was bored out of my mind.
Yeah. Uncharted 1 was a little rough to go through.
If you haven't played it, it's a big payoff at the end.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Getting to the end of the game, you're like, wow, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
2, they polished everything. The characters look a little weird, especially friggin' what's her name? The British, well, she's not really British.
But
she's
the
more like
story's
Australian
so
or whatever.
good, you don't care.
Oh yeah. And then 3, they polished everything, and Elena looked like really cute in this one. I like white girls. I'm sorry, but Elena was cute. Elena looks like she went from like, oh, she looks okay, and to like, you got her eyes like perfect, and I can like get lost in them.
Because if you played 2, right, you'd be like, oh, you're going after the wrong girl, man.
It's understood. Okay, which girl would you would go for? Chloe, right?
The one that's got the same character model as
It's Claudia Black who does her voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't go for
the bad girl, the one that
you like bad girls though. You like bad girls, and that is that. I think
she just looks better. I mean, on a physical.
Have you seen her in 2? She looks like because she has like these weird bug eyes. In 3, she looks awesome.
I haven't seen 3.
She looks awesome.
I've always wanted to play 3. I just sold my PlayStation by then, so because I was waiting on 3 to come out and it never did. I was like, I don't have a reason to have this console anymore. But anyways, we're gonna get to more stories and stories you should have heard about. Next up, we're gonna talk a little bit of a new game that's coming out. Are we? What's next?
We're talking
Witcher
about.
3.
We'll talk about Witcher 3.
Let's talk about Witcher 3. Let's talk about Witcher 3.
Our next one's will be. And we are back with Wollie Mopped podcast. We're talking about the game that I believe it's out.
The game of the year.
I think it's
game of the year.
I don't know if I'll give it Game of the Year, but let's get to the game first, the game title first.
Okay. First of all, The Witcher is coming out, and all reviews and previews for the last. Well, I feel like this game's been coming out for like 6 years, but we've heard about it for the last 2 years. Go around the table real quick. Who's interested in this game? Just go, Will.
I'm interested in the game. I have not played Witcher 1 or Witcher 2. I would like to play.
I don't think you need to.
No, you don't.
Definitely not
a lot of people have been saying you don't have to.
Do not play 1. It's more. It's kind of like the Assassin's Creed thing. Don't play 1. Stay away from
a lot of people were saying 2 is actually the worst of the series.
As far as
I put it, the customer base that I deal with says that Witcher 2, as well as other people, say that Witcher 2 is the weakest of the series because it doesn't have the PC backup that
Witcher 2 is the weakest of the
had.
series in the same sense that Dragon Age 2 is the weakest of the series.
I don't know because I haven't played. I know.
How have I done this and you haven't? Oh my god!
I played the first Dragon Age and I was like, it's not for me. Well, no, the same thing. Well, the game style is not for me. Not the like. I'm really interested in the story and I want to play.
The game style of Dragon Age 1 is not for me. The game style of Dragon Age 2.
It felt like a MMO, and if I want to play an MMO, I want to play an MMO.
I'm with you 103%. But the gameplay of Dragon Age 2 puts a more accessible game for people like us that like RPGs and stuff like that with that game style, but it kind of takes away the good things that were in Dragon Age 1. So the blend of that is what Dragon Age 3 is. So like I said, go back to what we're saying, The Witcher 1 is really like a PC game, like a PC RPG, like hardcore PC RPG, and it's very difficult to get into in the same way that probably like older Elder Scroll games are hard to get into.
Okay. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The problem with the real Elder Scrolls is just it's a big world and you have to walk.
And nobody gives you any instructions to tell you what to do.
It's just like, here you go, here's a world. Go have fun.
The first Elder Scrolls I played, I opened the game. I played the game. You're getting processed through this whatever. They don't know who you are. They're giving you your name and everything. I mistakenly stole a piece of glass or something. The guards killed me. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in this game. I don't want to play no more. Like, but Skyrim is more accessible.
I want to say this. I'm not a person who is against games that don't handhold you. As a matter of fact, I encourage you, if they give me basics, super basics.
But damn it, give me basics.
Super basics. I don't care if it's just like this button does this button does this. Yeah. That's the one thing that I do miss about.
Yeah.
If you gave me a instruction manual in my game like you used to when I was a goddamn kid, so I could read.
They don't do that anymore. What's an instruction manual?
Yeah, if you would do that, I'd have no problem. Don't give me a tutorial. I fucking just read it.
They don't even give game guides out.
Dude,
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Oh, God. The last game that I got, that had a manual in it, you'll never guess what it is.
Call of Duty?
No. They haven't had those in like forever. This is a recent game that I got that has a manual. I'm talking about like it's a pretty good, pretty hefty manual for like
Shadows of Mordor.
Nope, didn't have one either. You would never guess it in a million years. You want me to just tell you?
Give me one more guess. One more guess.
One more guess.
You want one too?
I'll get to Far Cry 4.
Nope, did not have a manual. It didn't have a proper manual. It was just like a little piece of paper basically.
Grand Theft Auto.
No.
Grand Theft Auto didn't have one.
Grand Theft Auto 4, the original one did have because it always
or
5 had it. Because it always comes with a.
But it didn't have the real.
I had one and I had a map. Yeah. I had one
because they always come with the map.
Like Red Dead Redemption with the map too.
Yeah. They always the Rockstar games are usually really good with that, but no, not that one.
I don't know.
Guilty Gear XR.
What? It makes sense though. It makes sense, but what?
It doesn't because Street Fighter hasn't done a proper guide in their stuff in a while.
But from what you were telling us about the actual story of Guilty Gear Xrd and the fact that they haven't made a new game in like 10 years,
they give you a hefty guide.
Well, you need one for all that cancel and Roman cancels and all that shit. But anyways, on to the Witcher. Real quick, King Legacy. Do you think you're gonna play the game, or you like the game? Want to get the game?
I'll test it out with one of my homeboys. I'll test it out with him.
It's really not a testing out with your homeboys type of game.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to get born to MKX, get better with that first. That's my main thing.
I mean, yeah, I don't think, and I think me and Will were talking about this a couple days ago. I don't think that, like, okay, my fighting games are my fighting games, and I'm going to be playing my fighting games for the next, I'll say 4 years, I want to say. Mm-hmm. I don't, like, okay, for those of you who don't know, I DJ and I work in clubs and stuff. So when I come home at night, and I know that I'm only going to be up for the next 20 to 15 minutes, I'm popping a fighting game, play a couple matches, and probably pass out. I don't think that... I think I have room for other games besides fighting games. You know what I'm saying? Like my games to play when I'm not playing fighting games. So I don't consider... I mean, maybe that's why I'm not that great at them. But I don't consider like that to be the only game I'm playing. Like, because when I want to... Like a story... I mean, with the exception of MKX, because I played that and the story's amazing, incomplete but amazing. Like I consider like these are the games I'm playing for story, and this is the game I'm playing for skill. It's my shooter. It's my sports game, basically.
So in that case, I would actually test the game out myself and play it. I would actually buy the game.
Yeah, no. The reason I say that is because like it's really a one-player game.
You can't. I would say there's any game you can play with people. But it's not. Yeah, you can. You can
play with somebody in the room with you.
Exactly. Yeah, and somebody in the room. So
but
I would
it's
say
really
if
a game like you gotta like dig into yourself to get the minutia.
I'd say like if you want to play it with a buddy or something, like, make sure that the buddy, if buddy doesn't know anything, that's fine. I'm not saying don't play with a buddy who doesn't know anything, but play with somebody who kind of is a gamer, of course. Other than that,
Andre. That's
yeah. If you're gonna play with. Yeah.
That's
A-okay.
That's why me and him gonna play it.
Not our Andre.
Yeah.
Another Andre.
Yeah.
A cooler Andre. I mean, moving on.
A non-rapier Andre.
The less the well, no, he's pretty rapey. Kind of too. So,
hey, it's an Andre thing. That's actually a sweater that I'm buying. You wouldn't understand.
Weird.
It's an Andre thing.
I'm glad I pride myself for not understanding.
So much like you guys, I'm very interested in the game. I play The Witcher 2. Haven't beat The Witcher 2 yet because my game catalog is longer than Anyways, so
longer than what? Say it.
It's pretty fucking long. Let's just put it like that.
Like Keith Anthony's child list.
I was gonna say my dick, but whatever.
Everybody would say that.
How do you,
I was like, nobody said it. Thank God. And I was like, no, there's a disturbance in the force. Like my dick, like fuck. You could not say it.
I was gonna say something else. That's why he said that.
Like my dick, like.
Yes, and half our audience is left right now. But it's okay if you've stayed a while. Andre's an asshole, so Red K. That's why I get my name for. Anyways, right?
The thing that makes Superman into an asshole, Red K.
But you should have had a whip ready for that one.
I know. My phone was like acting up right now.
But yeah, I'm ready for the game, but I still haven't. I'm still only an hour into Dragon Age Inquisition because I went back to go finish Dragon Age 2, which means I can't afford to have a life soul-sucking game like The Witcher's going to be. I can probably play The Witcher 3 until The Witcher 4 comes out, which there won't be, but still, like, that's how big the fucking game is. The game is so. What did the review say?
Give it a 9.3, which was for story pad. The cons were story padding.
Story padding, which means, and this is a great thing for anybody who played
Skyrim.
What's the?
I would say Skyrim off the bat.
What is the Skyrim had a little bit of story padding?
It had a lot of story padding.
Yeah. What's the game that came out for PS4 that was a little short?
Oh, The Order.
The Order. If you were not a big fan,
I wouldn't even say The Order because The Order had no padding. That's why it was so goddamn short.
If you're not a big fan of The Order because of its length, this is the game for you in spades.
Yeah.
Like this game, I think they said is over 400 hours if you do everything in the game. It's a beast.
For
some of these side quests rival the actual quest, the main storyline quest.
That's how Skyrim was. So if you're into Skyrim, it's not going to be first person like Skyrim is, even though you can toggle between the two. Elder Scrolls at nature is more of a first person.
You can toggle in
you can toggle from third to first person. Third person
in Witcher.
No.
Elder Scrolls, yes. Elder Scrolls.
In Witcher, it's a third person game. So if you're used to like that first person playability and from Skyrim, you might not like that part, but it's going to be essentially.
But the customization
Skyrim.
is ridiculous.
Small. It's going to be a very. The main story probably is going to be like done in an instant, but it's all of the outside of the story quests that will be.
So none of us have played the game, so we actually have no opinion on the game besides the way it looks. But go ahead and rattle off what the IGN review said. King Legacy.
IGN reviews.
IGN reviews we have for the pros. We have a great map. We have a big map for the game.
A game that's 400 plus hours.
Yeah, it better be a big map.
Yeah,
400 hours of gameplay, all in a tiny city.
I could do like 3 quests.
Responsible combat. Responsive combat,
which is something because if you never played The Witcher 2 had responsive combat, but I feel like it wasn't as coming from a fighting game person. I don't feel like it wasn't Devil May Cry by any means.
I'm glad. For a reason for the type of style of game
it shouldn't be, but the level of customization, like in The Witcher, and you gotta really deep dig into The Witcher lore. Like if you're fighting like a golem or some kind of beast, you need to have your silver sword, right? And before you go into battle with that silver sword, you must you can enhance the sword with oils. So you put oils on the sword that give you certain abilities in the fight. So you can go into a fight and get your ass handed to you, right?
Yep.
How the fuck that happen? But if you prepare for the fight and you know what you're going to fight, and you have to know what you're going to fight to go fight it, to go prepare for it, you can survive it. So it's a lot of pre-planning and then going in and kicking ass, which is really cool. But I just really want that. It felt very tactical, but not tactical in the sense of the actual person that's like, if I plan right for it, I'll win. But I kind of like games that I plan right for it, and I have to have the fortitude with my handling with the controller to win as well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I want that to go hand in hand, and it seems like that's what it is. So
another one is also deep role playing.
Well, yeah.
And the other pro that we have is great characters.
Yeah, I mean, The Witcher is an adult game. It's the most adult of adult, like, Middle Earth type games. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no good, there's no bad. There's just.
I want to tell what you can do in it.
Go ahead.
A dream of mine. And
I mean, okay, if you're trying to sell the game and you don't know anything about Witcher, how would you, Lone Wolf, sell it?
You can bang on the back of a goddamn unicorn. Boom.
Boom.
Drop the mic. Walk out. Everybody's behind the game now.
Sony wins. Sony wins again.
I like, seriously, like that. There's like, I can bang a chick on a unicorn. That is like a fantasy. That's like, what?
How many YouTube share videos or is this gonna be of this?
Oh yeah, there's we know we're gonna get like, there's somebody's gonna like, oh my god, I gotta check this video, and somebody's gonna watch it and be like, these guys are misogynists. Like, no, it'd be cool to bang. It'd be like for pleasure for everybody, not just for me. It's a unicorn. That's awesome.
It's gonna be the next Never Wanna Give You Up.
Rick rolling.
It's gonna be the next Rick roll of just, we're gonna start that shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be Rick roll, but it's gonna be banging on a unicorn.
Can I get the bang on a bang?
Never gonna give you up.
We're gonna bang on a unicorn.
It's gonna be like new Marvel. No, we could do this. New Avengers movie with Wolverine. People going, oh shit, I wanna click that. And put a nice little picture up there. It's banging on the back of a unicorn. Never wanna give you up.
Yes.
Never wanna turn you down.
Let you down. Get the song right, damn it. We're gonna Rickroll people. Rickroll people right. Like a real internet savant.
Here's a song by a gay guy. One time Family Guy. Alright, next up, more information about gamblers. Coming up next.
Next on the news, we have something going on with
something that's been going on.
Something going on with if you guys are a fan of PT, this is not for you guys to listen to. But Konami
and we said PT, not TP.
So we got some interesting
Every time
news.
I hear that, I think, TP, baby, I've been going through some... I feel really like a bad as a person.
We don't mean Pastor Troy either. Vice versa is not on this.
Wow.
We ready, though. We're
Konami.
ready, though.
Konami.
All I hear is gamble.
Yeah.
We'll explain that.
Lone Wolf, you gonna say this?
Yeah, there has been basically a media blackout coming from Konami dealing with
very strange stuff going on.
Yeah, there's been going on with a lot of the stuff with Kojima and Kojima Productions, which no longer exists anymore, and they've also been they pulled themselves or delisted themselves from the New York Stock Exchange. They're doing a lot of weird business practices.
It's a lot of moves being made right now.
A lot of weird moves. And there is a online YouTuber named Super Bunny Hop. That's basically his,
Hunt the Truth.
Hashtag Hunt the Truth. Who has connections inside of Konami. He was basically trying to dig up information on the whole Konami.
And if
Kojima
he doesn't
thing.
have any more videos come up, we know what happened to him.
His original video was taken up, but apparently he's put it back up. Supposedly, He he's been wondering like what's been going on. So he actually
most of us have been.
Yeah, he actually had an insider at Konami. Two insiders tell him that some stuff's going on, but one of them actually gave him information like when there's the detail of what possibly is going on. The man or woman, I don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
Wanted to remain anonymous because, as this person said in the interview, hundreds of people are most likely going to lose their jobs,
which
from everything that's going on.
Often signifies the closing of a video game studio. And if you've been looking at Konami's track record and getting rid of the Metal Gear creator and pretty much Rockstar that you have in-house, doing things like cutting the internet, think about that for a minute. You cut the internet to the game developer.
No, not cutting it, limited internet access. So the things that they would normally be able to do with working on a game and stuff like that, they couldn't, or it would take longer and everything to get stuff done.
Yeah, that's not really a great thing. But
changing security door codes. Codes and clearance, so people couldn't get in there, and also making people making the workers move desks and stuff like that. And they've also been shaking up a lot of
some office space shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to move down to the basement and my stapler.
The whole stapler. It's my stapler.
Take that from you. Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of stuff.
I need you to come to work Saturday and Sunday. Alright, I'm done.
That'd be great.
They've been doing a lot of stuff in the hopes that these workers quit themselves. Easier.
Kind of like a girlfriend. Like kind of. It's kind of. I just put myself out there. Okay, I'll explain.
Good job.
I'll explain. If you have a girlfriend or a lady that you're talking to, or a man that you're talking to even, and you don't want to seem like the bad guy, and just go ahead and just break their hearts. What you can do, which is a tactic that I'm not saying that I've used before and has worked every time, you can act shitty. Act really shitty. Almost like you're a boss, like you're a company. And the girl is or the boy, if in your case, is the employer. And you just make really shitty work conditions for the person until they just go, you know what? Fuck it! I quit! And then you go, you know what? I understand. You gotta quit sometimes. But it was your whole point just to be without firing them so they can't get unemployment.
It doesn't work on everybody.
Crazy. Yeah. Go back to that.
I'm one of those people that won't work on, but not for crazy reasons. I hope not, anyway. It's now I have to start looking inside of the deeper inner parts of my own self.
Yeah, but that was the what that meant by company and anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, well, they're doing all this, and they really started doing that with Kojima Productions. They're also integrating a lot of the different companies into one solid group. So instead of
that's a huge gamble.
Yeah, instead of working on projects. Or studios working on projects and stuff like that in their own separate right, they're combining these groups and these studios together to make one solid group so they can all kind of work on projects at the same time. All the same different projects at the same time.
It's almost like they're putting all their ducks in one bucket.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is over in Japan.
Betting on something that happened really well.
One of the reasons that it kind of makes sense is why they delisted themselves from the New York Stock Exchange. Is over in Japan, they can't make money off this particular thing. Over in Japan, it is illegal to gamble. Totally illegal to gamble.
Really?
Yes. And I'm guessing probably I doubt there are casinos if it's illegal.
We do know that they have gaming tournaments there.
Yeah.
And we do know there's money, but that's a skill-based tournament.
Yeah. I see what you did there. But anyways, with the gambling over there, they're actually a couple years back they tried to pass a law to get gambling in there, and the law didn't pass, so it just kind of went away. Doesn't stop them from making pachinko machines and slots and stuff like that. Not Konami. Capcom's actually been doing that for a while.
In the bathrooms. That's weird.
The company has Konami, Japan has some legislative people that are trying to get the bill back in circulation to try to vote for it again. And Konami sees this as an opportunity to do their gambling, because the CEO of the company has been has
been the CEO
invested.
for a while.
Yeah, he's like 7 years. He's the founder of Konami. He has
the Castlevania, the Pixel, the first Belmont was actually modeled after him.
Yeah. He's been putting a lot of money and investing in gambling and in gambling resources and stuff like that. Though Konami does have other businesses outside of like fitness centers and stuff like that. Outside of the gaming, and their other
24-hour fitness. Konami.
Yeah, that is
with
weird.
our Castlevania themed treadmills.
The lobby's like the Castlevania theme, but it's like really
the
like
Belmont Cafe.
It's really weird. The thing is, they've been putting this money in there, hoping. I'm guessing, in the hopes that this bill gets passed. Because if this bill gets passed, they've already got their ducks in a row. They've got it already set up and everything. Problem is, if this bill doesn't get passed, they're burning. Like literally, they're trying to the thing that this anonymous person said is that the CEO of the company is trying to destroy the Metal Gear franchise because the three games that Konami makes their most money off of is in this order Winning 11 or the Pro Evolution Soccer series because they haven't made Winning 11 like forever, but it's Pro Evolution Soccer now. Metal Gear, the Metal Gear series, and I forgot what the exact series is, but it's the series that has the Dance Dance Revolution stuff like that. They make the most money off those.
But the money that they use to make a Metal Gear, they probably can make both of those games for 2 years.
Yeah. But
which I think is Kojima's point. He doesn't want to do Metal Gear so much that he just goes, you know what? You want me to do Metal Gear? Fuck it, I'm gonna spend every fucking penny.
He's gonna make it the most awesome. You want to make it, so here you go. The past few years, Metal Gear's numbers have dropped because the story is really convoluted. It is, and I say this as a MGS fan. The story is extremely convoluted and it's very.
Go to the wiki page.
You will be confused as shit if you don't know what's going on.
And even after finish reading the wiki, you'll be like,
I'm glad that I've stuck with it for so long. I've played Metal Gear Solid since '97. I think '97 is when it came out. I played it since around
Metal
the
Gear
90s.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid Snake. But it rivals. I won't say it does more, but it rivals Tekken.
For a convoluted story, it has a more convoluted story than Tekken. Tekken is a lot more straightforward than Metal Gear's like everywhere, and you're just like, what the fuck's going on? But anyways, they are essentially not just doing it for like Kojima production stuff like that. All different parts of the company that deal with gaming are being coalesced into one single thing, and they're like making games or whatever like that instead of the certain games that they're set on. So it's kind of like putting a workload on everybody to make all these games. You're gonna jump around from different departments and stuff like that.
What if that backfires on them and ends up making the games better?
Who knows? if it makes the games better, it'd be kind of okay. But at the same time,
not a good chance.
It's not good. It's number one. It's not a good chance that it's going to happen. Even if it does make it better, they're pretty set on if this stuff is true.
Yeah.
Because this is all based on hearsay.
And it sounds pretty.
And it's anonymous.
It sounds, even though they're not credible sources, it sounds like it's logical what's going on.
Especially with like the other stuff that has been announced with like PT being canceled, the stuff they're apparently we won't know this because it might be kept in house in personal matters between Konami and the head of the CEO. Apparently they're having a spat of some kind.
Yeah.
And
not anymore.
It's they're still kind of like at odds if this is true.
Oh man. Even though they're
and
not employed
that's no, he's still technically they've bust the listing has said that or the guy or the person has said that he's been demoted or essentially demoted from being like a studio head to a contractor. So he's not part of the company technically. He's just working as a contractor for the company.
If you want to get your money for this game you made, you're gonna sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Take it until this game is launched, until we can fire you properly.
Yeah, they're doing that with a lot of the people there. Is the reason why they're keeping this under wraps because if they talk about it, people will start to slowly
talking
about it and trickle out and leave, and they want to finish this up so they can make the money off of it.
And if even if the gambling thing does get out, if they're caught gambling before it goes, they can be fucked.
So that's why this person wanted to remain anonymous as well, because they could get sued.
Even the person who's doing the story kind of sounds like he's talking it through a. I mean, I know that's his voice, but it sounds like he's talking it through like a voice syndicated. Like
it's
like,
like,
him. Hello, this is the.
He's
this is a real story.
Yeah, he's the thing about he's been sitting on this information for a while. But the thing is, he even says it himself right now, because it's an anonymous source that gave it to him, and he can't tell who this person is.
Reporting.
Yeah, which reporting in general
like Brian,
is not
what's name? Brian.
You better not say Brian Gumble.
Not Brian Gumble, the guy that was like, they're firing on us, but they really weren't.
Yeah.
I
know
you're talking
about.
From Nightline or whatever.
Yeah.
He's doing more work than him.
Yeah. But the thing is,
this is crazy though.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
He himself says that because this source doesn't want to be identified and wants to remain anonymous,
they could kill you in Japan.
Yeah, they can kill you over here. What are you talking about?
I mean,
the sources of the credibility of the source. The credibility of this source is a little fickle, just for the fact that
he doesn't want to be out.
Yeah, like, and you can't. The guy Super Bunny Hop, he could not actually confirm any of the information. So even he says himself that this isn't confirmed. It's nothing set in stone. But
all
with
the
everything
dots,
everything that's going on.
It's like he was sitting on it, and then this shit happens. And it's like, well, it's kind of exactly what he fucking said.
Yeah, all this stuff that's happening leading up to the release of MGS5 is showing that this possibly is, and they've Konami's already made like pachinko machines for stuff like oh my god, that Alan from Half-Ass Heroes, when he saw the video for this a Super Bunny Hot's video, he saw the Neo Contra
I saw
thing,
yeah.
And he was like, "You kidding
happening.
me?"
It's real.
No, he was like, "Are you kidding me?
It's real.
They won't make a new friggin' a Contra game, but they're making friggin' pachinko Contra? Like, seriously?" And I was like, "Yep, there you go.
This is real. This is a real thing that's happening."
Yeah.
A lot of,
but the thing I'm wanting to see is I want to see Kojima, if he leaves the company. Fine. I hope somebody good picks him up.
Yeah.
Or
he's a free agent. He is a hot free agent. He's sexy right now.
Yeah. Or I want somebody who I want him to start up his own project and fucking try to get it kickstarted.
Somebody in America will pick him up.
What is it?
Give him any money. Give him what he wants.
The dude who just
make
made
a Metal Gear. Call it Golden Gear.
No.
That would be like pissing in Konami's face.
That is
and
bad.
he'd be Golden Gator, not Golden Snake.
Stop it.
I would buy that game. Hey, if we could get a Mighty Number 9 fucking Golden.
Yeah, there's Mighty Number 9, which is what's his name?
One of my most anticipated games this year.
Mighty Number 9 is Keiji Inafune,
yeah.
Who's making that. There's the guy who did the Castlevania series, also from Konami, who's made.
They just get together and make a fucking game.
Yeah, who's making a Castlevania-esque game that just has so many backers for it, it's ridiculous. And you have what's that?
You have a whip.
Yeah, and you have no. Apparently, she has a sword. But it looks really cool. Like it's stylized like
very a la carte type stuff.
Yeah, it's stylized like Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
It looks really really cool. And they've
got
like
Symphony of the Night. Do yourself a flavor.
Do yourself a flavor
and
play it.
Find a. It's probably on Xbox Live and PS Store or whatever.
PSN or
but if you can find a PS2,
PS1.
PS1?
Yeah, PS1.
And you can get a Symphony of the Night original OG. Like, it is an amazing game.
Definitely. There's that one. There's what's the Rare game.
Yeah.
Where all the Rare, the old Rare players are like, okay, you guys don't want to make another freaking Banjo-Kazooie Rare, and since Microsoft owns you and stuff, and it's not our company anymore, we'll make our own. And I forgot what it's called, like Laylee or whatever. It's an iguana and a little bat, and it's just so obvious that it's freaking Banjo and Kazooie. It's
like Golden Gear. They gotta make it. want to see
But
it.
I'm hoping
At least at least I could go from the beginning of that story.
Supposedly Kojima's been not wanting to make
I don't think he wants to make games.
he hasn't want to make Metal Gear for a while.
Yeah.
He's had other projects that he's had in his head and he's wanted
every time he makes Metal Gear, he's like, "This is my last Metal Gear."
Yeah, because he doesn't want to make it anymore, but it rakes in the money.
This really is his last Metal Gear.
Yeah. I wanted him to. Well, I was interested in the Silent Hills game because PT, though it's not for me. I would still like to play it.
Which you have documented.
Yeah. I would like to play it though. But I want to see him the Zone of the Enders series. I've said this before. Zone of the Enders, which is still Konami owned. And another reason why I hope that this thing blows up in their face, so they start selling out their
properties,
properties,
you can get another game.
You can get freaking
which is the only
Zone
reason
of
why.
the Enders,
Which is the only reason why we want Capcom to go out of business, so they can fucking sell some of these golden gems of games that they have on back disc, and somebody can make them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're staying afloat because they know which ones they should really keep a hold of.
Oh well, you know, Street Fighter V is going to be like Street Fighter V is going to sell.
Yeah.
I dare to say Street Fighter V will sell more than Mortal Kombat in the States and abroad.
Well, yeah, worldwide, Street Fighter's gonna like kill. That's gonna happen. That's gonna kill. MK is a good game, but it has
gaining more traction.
Yeah, but the thing is, it has a more Western audience to it, whereas Street Fighter has a worldwide audience because it's been consistent over the years, basically.
But it was gone for a while. I mean, fighters in general were gone for a long time.
They were.
Fighters were.
I wouldn't say they were gone. I'd say they were underground. They were heavily underground. If you wanted to play,
we were playing the same game.
If you wanted to play something, you either had to be in Japan or import it from Japan, or you were one of the underground guys.
We played Marvel vs. Capcom for years.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was like the thing that you always played.
I mean,
and then when they announced it, there was King of Fighters, which that's why I like King of Fighters series, because you got more King of Fighters series come out if you knew how to look for it, which underground and stuff like that.
Like the Neo ones and all that.
Yeah, you had that. Street Fighter didn't have anything really coming out for the longest time. After 3, it kind of sort of was nothing until
like it was done.
Yeah, Third Strike, there wasn't anything for a very long time.
I mean, then we got
Mortal Kombat was doing its thing, but it didn't have a big audience, and it was garbage games.
It was really bad. Deception and all that shit.
First, Mortal Kombat 4.
Oh my God! Don't talk about it. The N64 game. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Which for those, it was gold. It was 4 for the arcade cabinets, and it was MK4 gold or MK Gold.
Just do yourself a play and play MK Ultimate.
Yeah. That was the last. That was the last really good one.
Yeah.
Before 9,
which actually started the run mechanic. Mm-hmm. Which is pretty awesome.
Then you had Deadly Alliance. Deception. Armageddon.
Bad fucking games. Great stories. Bad fucking games.
Yeah. I wouldn't say great stories.
Not
great
stories, but they took things in different
locations.
It wasn't just like the same Street Fighter story that you've been. If you play Street Fighter 2, you pretty much know the story.
Yeah, you do. And if you want to learn more about stuff, you have to literally like read the comics or really look in the back and the lore of everything.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play the fighting game for a story, especially in like the late 80s, early 90s, up to about you're really through the 90s.
King of Fighters pretty good.
You had to go through the backgrounds and stuff. Even King of Fighters was like that too. If you want to play it for
at least there was a little intro.
Yeah, they had.
If you play Fatal Fury or you play Samurai Showdown.
For the smaller games, yeah. King of Fighters not so much. For Samurai Showdown, yes, because they had like the entire manga series as well.
Fatal Fury was the shit.
Fatal Fury had a story. Art of Fighting kind of had a story as well. And then you have King of Fighters, and King of Fighters was loosely based on like all those worlds except for Samurai Showdown, of course.
It was their Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah. But on the Kojima tip, I mean, I hope he lands on his feet, which I'm pretty sure he will. We'll know if everything he says is true if Phantom Pain comes out. Is it Phantom Pain?
Phantom Pain.
If Phantom Pain comes out, the launch, and he's still there after the launch. After the DLC happens and all that stuff.
Well, they've already stated he's not going to be there.
Or if Phantom Pain comes out, it's shit because it's broken and there's no team to fix it.
Yep. There you go.
And that would be the legacy of Metal Gear. All right, we got shout outs coming up next.
All right, we're to the shout out section of this show, and if you stayed around this long, thank you guys very much. Like I said, once again, shout out. We got the Daytona Beach Beatdown going down May 31st. Some more shit going on. We're gonna have King Legacy do the unthinkable and go ahead and hook that thing up for Smash Brothers we got going on right now. Insider's joke. Plot twist. My shout out actually is going to mirror a shout out that Lone Wolf said a couple months ago. I finally broke down and started watching
Daredevil
on Netflix. And it is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's great. I was not fucking joking, dude.
I mean, it is Game of Thrones. Like, it is
good.
It's certified
good. And it's comic. I mean, it feels like comic.
It's so good.
And Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin.
It's so good. So good. I'm just starting to get into him because, like I said, I can't consume that much.
What episode are you in?
Probably 7. I think I've just met
have
the
you gotten
blind
a
guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're at 7.
I've just met the
Stick
blind
is
guy.
awesome. I love Stick.
Yeah,
Stick is
awesome.
amazing.
Like I said, I haven't gotten. I've gotten to the end of Stick.
Kingpin just.
Yeah, just the door.
Like I was like, oh, he's dead. He's dead. Stop. Stop.
Did the door just close?
And the door just closed. And it was just like that. I was like, oh.
It is like an HBO original, but it's on
Daredevil.
Netflil, and it's Daredevil.
It's Daredevil.
It's really Daredevil.
Oh yeah, it's Daredevil.
It is not Disney-fied at all. It is Daredevil. Yeah, so I definitely wanted to give you props on that because that was a good pick. That's a fucking good pick. It's only the mid-season.
Yeah.
They still got
more. No. That's the first season. That's all of the first season. You're at the mid-season of the season.
I thought when I scrolled down it was like mid-season and then like
there's 13 episodes for the first season. Uh-huh. They've just renewed it for a second season.
Yeah, they better renew that shit because that's ridiculous. So that's really good. Yeah. And I can't really think what my other shout out was. So anybody wants to go next, and I'll come back to me.
I honestly don't have no shout outs tonight.
Wow.
Got nothing.
Shout out to Amber.
I saw her yesterday at Kmart.
It's fucked up. you actually saw her?
At Kmart.
Was she happy with you? She just looked at you.
Still?
Hella song.
Still.
What she did to me was she threw a fucking box at me and told me to get the fuck out.
She works at Kmart?
I hope not, because she threw a box of raisins at me. That's what made it worse.
Well, that is. I will say right now, it's our fault for selling the stuff. No. It's our fault for spreading it. It's not our fault for her decision to do that shit and post a picture of it. That picture that spread, that's her fault. It's online. We can't do nothing about that.
In my personal opinion, it's her fault for spreading
it. We facilitated. We facilitated some of the spread. We did
facilitate some of the spread.
I will gladly admit to that.
So like I said,
but the decision to post her picture on Facebook, online, friggin' Goo McGooface, that's all her. That's all her. I'm sorry. At that point, I have no sympathy for you.
None. Like and Will's the voice of reason.
I have zero sympathy. And if it outside it's like, oh, you're saying that because it's a girl. No, I'll say that for a dude. You fucking post something stupid online and that shit comes back and bites you in the ass.
Yeah,
that's all on you, man.
If you post negative pictures,
and I would hope and I would pray that somebody would tell me the exact same thing if I post something stupid.
Hey,
please.
If you post negative pictures on Snapchat and get screenshotted, it's your fucking fault.
Yeah, there you go.
No sympathy.
He said, I trusted.
It's going to disappear after like a day or two.
Yeah, you know? I trusted him, and he did this. It's like a violation. Did you send them to him? Well, yeah, but then he has the right to do whatever he wants with those pictures. Technically, you gave him those pictures,
and their smiling face.
Or you gave her those pictures for anybody who likes to send those dick pics.
I just want to find out how many guys it was. That's a lot of cum. Anyways, right?
Well, yeah, I have.
Maybe it was just one. He just had a lot of fiber and protein in his system.
She probably worked for it.
Backed up, seriously backed up.
Yeah, just a lot of fruit too, but fruit cocktails.
Yeah, it's just he's just like, I've been waiting for months. just
waterboard.
This is my Sunday's best. Proton cannon.
Infinity. But I also had no shout outs today.
All right, then. I mean, it happens.
I guess I have a shout out. First of all, I want to say the Arrow, and Flash seasons are wrapping up. Arrow's finale was tonight, which is Wednesday night.
Yep.
Next week, Tuesday is going to be Flash's.
They're coinciding with each other, right?
No.
I saw like episode.
The Flash episode, the last Flash episode.
Arrow in it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and it had Firestorm as well, but it was just kind of like a end episode thing.
Okay.
The next episode is for Flash is gonna be the finale. The past episode,
I'm excited about that.
the Arrow episode, they've shown it where Barry is there.
Yeah.
He doesn't say. He's just kind of like, "Hey guys, what's up?" and then gone. I do want to say definitely check those out. Supergirl. The trailer for the CBS Supergirl series is up online. You can see it at CBS's YouTube, among other media outlets that are posting on their YouTube or on video on their news sites or whatever like that. Looks good, but I'll put it like I'm a Supergirl fan. Supergirl is my favorite superheroine. I don't like Superman, but I love me some Supergirl.
Do you like Power Girl?
Power Girl, she's on the list, but she's not as high. She's just a stronger, buffer Supergirl.
I mean, she is Supergirl. She's
yeah.
grown-up
Well,
version of Supergirl.
she's
Superwoman.
alternate universe. Yeah.
No.
Alternate universe. Yes.
Are you sure?
Earth 2, alternate universe, not
We gotta,
main Earth.
we gotta check that. I believe you. I'm just saying. I just always thought that Supergirl grew up to be Power Girl.
No. We'll
We'll
explain
get
later. But anyways,
we'll get into it.
It looks good. I love me some Supergirl. Supergirl's awesome, and the girl that got to play Supergirl looks pretty good, and she kind of seems like she could be.
I don't think she's as good as the Smallville Supergirl.
I
I thought she was perfect.
didn't watch Smallville. I didn't finish. I've seen what she looked like. It's okay. But
Maybe because I just thought she was perfect. Maybe it wasn't her as Supergirl.
for looks or for her personality.
For looks. Oh God.
There's your problem.
She looked like Supergirl.
There's your problem, guys. If you're always looking for the looks for everything, you're probably not gonna. Well, I wouldn't say that for you. Never mind. Anyways, she's cute. She's cute and everything, which is perfect. Supergirl, in my opinion, is not going to be like overly hot. Like I would picture like a like designs for Wonder Woman. I like it when she looks like she can fuck you up, not that she's just some slender, pretty model. Which Amazonians are models in their own right, but they're also like got guns to fucking kill you and shit like that. They're friggin' warriors. Are tough. Supergirl I see is more like a girly small thing. Thing I did not like about the trailer is they were going with the. Have you seen the Black Widow thing, the SNL skit?
Yeah.
It kind of felt like that a little bit, just a bit.
I understand what you're saying.
And it's like they were going based off of. Not the fact like I like sassy friggin' Paul Dini animated series Supergirl where she's adventurous and very very outgoing and outspoken with herself, and she's very she's sassy. She's really like sassy. I love that about that one. This one just seems like the main focus that they were focusing on is I'm a girl. 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 I know. I can see. I'm a girl. I got it. You're a girl. I understand you're a girl.
But doesn't that sassiness come from, well, at least in the anime series and stuff like that, the fact that Cal is kind of like, well, he's little cousin, but he's really like daddy.
Yeah, he's more like
she has somebody to rebel against.
Yeah, she has that rebellious streak, but
like,
even outside of the rebellious streak, like in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited,
True.
she was sassy still.
True, right.
She kind of like she mellowed out a little bit from the earlier years, she still like she was good in her own right, and she was like she was just really she was sharp witted and stuff like she was very sharp witted, and that I like that about her character. This one, she just was like, "Oh, I'm a girl, and I go through girl things, and look at me, I like have to like figure out this and figure out that because I'm a girl, you know." And I'm like,
we need to do like a get a girl's opinion on it.
Yeah,
because I know when I like, there's a couple moments in my life where I'm just like, holy shit, this is the greatest day ever. And when I saw, I didn't know Smallville was coming on. I didn't know it was a thing. And I probably saw the preview for the show the Wednesday. I think the first show came on Tuesday. Maybe the Wednesday before the first Tuesday premiere. And I flipped the fuck out. I mean, I think I said holy shit so loud that my dad was like, "What'd you say?" Like I might have got a beating. I don't even know. but I remember
Whoop
the
your
first.
ass to cussing in my house.
I got it over there somewhere. I got the first episode of Smallville, and it was everything.
Okay, for
that it
looks,
could've been.
I'm looking at the Supergirl
older
from
one?
Smallville.
Yeah.
For looks, overly hot.
You think?
Yeah, overly hot. This is her, right?
Yes, it is.
Overly hot. Way overly hot. I don't picture her as being like this super, oh my god, like stunning beauty. I picture her as like the
But
teenage
she wasn't
girl.
like. But she wasn't like in the show at least.
Yeah.
In Smallville, she wasn't like I'm overly hot and I'm overly hot. She was like I'm an alien.
Well, no,
trying to fit in.
personality, but like I'm talking about like looks. I'm in love with Supergirl. I think she's beautiful
Did you watch the
and
movie,
she's hot.
the original movie?
Yes, I did.
You're a fan.
Yeah. I
You're a
watched
fan.
it.
You're
I
a
watched
fan.
it. I don't picture her as being like the overly like overtly like she's gonna wear this
Yeah,
to make herself
yeah.
like super like I think she's like cute and beautiful and stuff like that, but like she
The
doesn't draw attention to the fact that she's pretty. That's what in my head I think of her as.
What I always thought of like okay, so Superman is as I've been told pretty buff
Yeah, he's giant
and jacked.
Yeah.
And you know everything.
Was it like the this is like he's like 6'3",
Yeah.
2 something.
He's an Adonis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he tries to dumb himself down.
Yeah.
But that's his
He's
disguise.
big, yeah, he's-
his disguise. They dumb themselves down. So I feel like the people on Krypton and the Kandorians, because they were aliens, I feel like they looked better than us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. I don't mean
like
like
Supergirl,
that.
like that version of Supergirl is like a one on like Kandor.
I'll put it to you like this when you want to talk about that. Superman as a kid was not like that though.
True. So we don't
Even
know
if you
we don't
go,
know if it was the radiation of the sun that
even
made him.
if you go with the
Yeah.
whole like the
It is.
Superboy
Yeah.
comics, he was a skinny, frail looking guy wearing the Superman
was
stuff. He
it
was just really
genetics
strong.
from
Yeah.
Kandor or was it the sun? I got you.
Yeah, we don't
I'm
know.
I'm with you all the way.
So I picture her as being like not like skinny and frail or anything like that, but teenage girl, kind of like small, like doesn't look like she doesn't look like she does like regular exercise, or and she's not like, oh my god, you're like a fucking supermodel, like
Yeah.
Which, like I said, for looks, I don't particularly care. It's just the attitude of I'm a girl.
So
We get it. You're a girl. Can
so
you
is-
have like some kind of like personality
you think-
outside of that?
All right. Besides that, do you think that for it to be a good Supergirl TV show, do you think Kal-El has to be somewhere in there?
They
not even like Superman.
in the trailer they kept talking about it about her being Superman's cousin. So he's in the floating around, and supposedly the Superman or the Supergirl, the Arrow stuff, they're talking like it's going to be all the Titans show that's coming out, which Nightwing looks pretty cool in that thing. The Nightwing
Finally.
thing, but he's not wearing a costume. He's just wearing like a Under Armour shirt, and he has a domino mask. But
if you think about it,
yeah, he's
is what it is.
He's talking. Well, no, he had
Armor.
he had
Yeah, I
armor
know,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. But they were talking like Superman, Kal-El. They gave a lot of like hits to it. So if she does go into thing, there's got to have to be a Batman too. I mean, and a Wonder Woman and stuff like that. I don't think that they will make those shows.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they'll make an appearance. I think it'd be more like in the 90s they had an Avengers cartoon, and they did not have Captain America, Iron Man, nor Thor in it, but they alluded to them that they're there. The people who were in control of it were Wasp, Ant-Man, and Hawkeye, and I think another person.
I think that because Smallville is already an institution on the WB or the CW, whatever you want to call it, they'll play off a lot of that.
I think it's not only that. I think it's really hard to make a Superman or Batman show. That's live action.
Definitely. And Smallville only got away with it because they did the before he was Superman.
Yeah. It's okay if you do that.
Yeah.
It's okay if you make Gotham where it's more about Jim Gordon and like kid Batman.
Yeah.
But not when you have Bruce as an adult and Superman's an adult and they're doing their things. Because
I don't think Tom Welling is going to be on the show.
Oh no, he's not going to be on the show. But that's basically what they're going with that. I want to watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
But it's just like, I get that you're a girl, and I know you're gonna have your different issues than would for a male character. I get that, but have a personality outside of that. I mean,
yeah, but
when it comes to looks, she looks fine in my opinion. She fits that part perfectly in my opinion. For Wonder Woman, and only reason I say that for her, she's too tiny.
But we'll see what happens when it comes. I think
supposedly she jacked up, and they showed her a picture of. I saw a picture of her jacked up. Toned, not Amazonian.
I mean, she can't.
She's too tiny. She's way too tiny.
She looks very toned.
She's toned. You can be toned, but Amazonians, I think,
overly toned. Like
even that, still, I think of an Amazonian as they're supposed to be like these tall, like Wonder Woman, if I'm mistaken, is like is like 6 foot,
and I'm not
she's
talking about Prime.
Yeah. She's 6 foot, and she has built like a built to her. She's beautiful, like she's gorgeous, like unworldly, like godly beautiful. But she has a built to her because she's an Amazon.
But who would you say is like that though? Jesus.
There's some pretty actors. A lot of people wanted what's her name, Jamie Alexander, I think her name is, who played Lady Sif, to be Wonder Woman.
That's not a bad.
And she has the little bit of height and the build. She's not 6 foot, of course, but she has a little bit of height, and she has the build to go with it because she plays Sif. And Sif is not big in her own right, but she has a nice sleek body that has some tone to it that is larger than Gal Gadot's. Gal Gadot is like skinny tiny.
I think Laura should play her. Okay, so this is my. I'm joking.
I
Laurel.
We all know. We've explained why. Why? Not to you guys listening, but talk about this.
So this is my only. I'm gonna watch it regardless. I'm DC fanboy all day. But comic book fanboy, but DC more so.
You're a DC fanboy. Just say it like that.
With the giant Wolverine.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
it's Wolverine. Everybody likes Wolverine.
Everybody hates Scott.
Yeah.
Loves Wolverine.
I'm a comic book fan, though. I lean more towards liking the Marvel stories a little bit more.
True.
I'm a comic fan. I'll go either way. Yeah. I know stuff for both. So.
My thing is this: with Arrow and Flash, which are the new breed of DC TV shows, which have left behind the old stigma of Smallville, because Smallville. If you look at the seasons of Smallville, you look at like Arrow and Flash, like they are two different
worlds apart.
Worlds of like direction away. And I worry about Supergirl. I don't see it, and I hope that I'm wrong. I don't see it being as alright, Flash, this season of Flash was like 3 seasons of Flash. The shit
they crammed in so much.
They
went all out.
It was a little unnerving to me. Like they didn't think that this show would like last more than one season.
They were afraid, and they were like bringing it all out of the way. Like the entire thing with spoilers, if you haven't like watched it, the whole thing with Reverse Flash, which he's in the first episode. I don't know why I said spoilers. The whole thing with Reverse Flash and who he is and what he is
like,
and
you're just
everything.
Like, big guns.
It
right
is
away.
like bang bang. They have gone all out, and then the season finale is even gonna top that off even more.
It's like
the ending of Arrow alludes to a couple things
but
I will talk about with you.
But even in Arrow,
later,
you got the Ra's al Ghul. You've already had freaking
but that's within like 4 seasons.
3.
I thought they were in season 4.
I'm thinking it's 3.
I thought it was
first season is like back. Second season.
Yeah, season 3. Because
second season was all about.
First one is
Deadpool. Not Deadpool. Dead.
No,
Deathstroke.
It was Deathstroke for
season 2.
For season 2. Season 1 was all about friggin' Malcolm Merlin. And then this one's all about Raish.
Yeah.
Or Rob,
so like yeah. So like, but like they're going in. Mm-hmm. They're going in, and I just feel like Supergirl. They're gonna go the Smallville type direction.
No, she's Supergirl.
She's already Supergirl.
She's gonna start out as like what they're not going with like it's leading up to like Superman. They've already shown she's got the costume. She's saving the world and everything like that. It's gonna start off, of course, like I don't know and stuff like that. Oh, this is a little fun thing for you. Jimmy Olsen's in it too. He's older. He's older, and he knows who. He knows who Superman is, not Clark or whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows that Clark is Superman. But here's the kicker: he's black. Jimmy Olsen is black.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, holy shit. She's like, oh my god, she in the trailer, she like looks, she's like, oh my god, you're Jimmy Olsen. And it's big tall black guy, and he's like, I prefer James Olsen, but yes, I am. I work with yeah. It was like I work for the Daily Planet.
He's like Spider-Man with no powers.
Yeah,
depending on what universe you're in.
Yeah. But yeah, he's black, and I was like, wow, that's a big step in a weird direction. Like Jimmy Olsen, friggin' whatchamacallit in
the reporter, the head guy,
head guy, yeah, and Superman, Lawrence Fishburne played him.
Then you got Flame on, and then you got
I have no problem. Well, I have a slight problem with when they do that. Yeah. When they do the race swap things.
Just for
it's like we want to be well, not even for dramatic effect. It's more like
even I do understand why they did it in Fantasy 4. I think that works.
The way that they explain it away is like okay, but yeah. I still don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it for the fact that like okay, we have, and this is one big problem that I have with the comic book industry in general, is when they do come up with a gender swap or a race swap of a character, it's just the same character, just they have a different like whatever
palette.
Yeah, it's a different palette, whatever the palette might be.
He's the Green Ninja.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want, if you're gonna make me a hero, make me a new hero.
Yeah.
And then when you do, and the problem with it is when they do make a new hero that's either a girl or a guy, either they'll be really awesome in their own right, or they're just like they're here. Here's Black Lightning.
Black Panther, the white guy.
Yeah,
it's coming. It's coming.
If they have a Black Panther white guy,
interracial Storm and Black Panther.
But they're afraid to do it the other way around because those heroes aren't technically successful.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Well, a lot of good stuff coming on the pipeline. I can't remember what my other shout out was.
I did have really one more quick one. To all the people that have the we were talking about earlier, if you stayed for earlier in the show, like Kojima leaving the company and other like video game like heads are leaving companies and stuff like that, or studio heads are starting their own stuff and doing Kickstarters and crowdsources and stuff like that. Making their
own games.
Yeah, and so they can make their own games. Yeah. The newest one out that's been announced, and it's already at $1,887,052 for their pledge, and they only pledged for a $500,000 goal, and they are just like going all out.
They've kind of surpassed that.
It's called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It is
of the night. That seems very familiar.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like a Cat's Castle.
It's kind of like
symphonies.
Kind of like a
symphonies?
musical.
Yeah, like symphonies like symphonies.
Nights.
Yeah, it's weird. Koji Igarashi of the Castlevania fame or whatnot, has made this game, and he wants to put it out. It's essentially Castlevania. I mean, that's the best way you can look at it. You play as a female character called Miriam. She's an orphan scarred by an alchemist's curse, which slowly crystallizes your skin. And you must battle your way through a demon-filled castle.
She's also a human.
Most likely. A demon. She has to fight her way through a demon-filled castle. And basically, that's the game. It's going to be for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. PC, Mac, and Linux will all have versions for it.
Nice.
And they've started up a
who do you think
Kickstarter.
The last boss will be the boss battle?
Not vampire-esque character at all. I don't think it'll be a vampire.
But if it's not Dracula,
their initial goal was only $500,000. They've already made almost $2 million. So far, the stuff that they have is for the next one, which was $600,000. They get you an upgraded art book for it. $700,000. They were like, okay, a second playable character, so it's going to be 2 players.
Nice.
$800,000 nightmare difficulty mode, which is I don't
know if that's nice or not, because I remember Castlevania.
Yeah. 850
and nightmare difficulty mode really means nightmare difficulty.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard as balls. $850,000. This is one that a lot of people were like, we have to get to this one. Voice actor David Hayter. Yeah, they got David Hayter. So Solid Snake is coming to the party.
He's finally gonna be in the game.
Yeah, there you go.
He's like, I'm not Solid Snake anymore.
Yeah. He's not any of the snakes anymore because,
Yeah.
which was weird. $1 million, you get cheat codes. So we're gonna have cheat codes in the game. For the co-op that they did have was originally was going to be, or that the goal reached for was going to be multiplayer co-op online. 1,250,000 got
play?
them. Couch play, local co-op.
Whoa. How's that gonna work?
1,500,000 got new boss, so they added a boss to it. And where they're at right now is over $1,750,000 is a speedrun mode. So you'll have a timer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speed for the last two that they're adding, if they reach these next two goals, this is pretty cool. 2 million is going to be a boss rush mode,
That'll be tight.
and 2,250,000 will have a retro level, which will be interesting to see.
Which will be very interesting. Retro.
Retro level.
How could a game that's never come out before have a retro mode? Curiouser and curiouser.
So and the amount of money that you put to back them gets different things. Like I think the lowest is like 20. Lowest is 5. 5 is 5 gets you. They just like you get Koji basically like, thank you, you're a supporter. You're awesome. We thank you on the site, not on the game. And then
Mighty Number 9 would be awesome.
Yeah, $28 gets you a digital copy, and it goes up from there with $60 being the special backer edition, and then it just gets crazy, which I won't go through all that because we've really drawn all this out, and stuff like that. But definitely,
this is really cool though.
Yeah,
this is really cool.
It's a good looking game. Like from what I've seen, oh god, it looks amazing. It looks like it's the graphical design that they've gone with is more of like a hand drawn type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like hand drawn sprites instead of like digitally made sprites.
Yeah,
or something like that. But you got that one coming out. Mighty Number 9 and the Laylee, and I forgot what it's called. With the old rare people, basically Banjo-Kazooie 2 or 3. Excuse me.
Even though this wasn't a quote unquote crowdfunding game, you can't even really call it an indie. That Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes.
Holy shit, that game's good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, this is going on far too long, but please. DaytonaBeatdown.com. Register either
Daytona
online.
Beach Beatdown. Make sure they get.
you.
Make sure you get it right.
Daytona Beach.
They'll go there like these guys lied to us.
DaytonaBeachBeatdown.com. We're gaining a lot of steam. Actually, a lot of people are saying a lot of good things. Some people saying some bad things, but whatever. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Shame
on you people.
Person. Until next time. I'm Red K for Wollie Mopped Gaming. The very quiet, basically taking his brother's approach tonight.
Not sleeping.
But not sleeping.
He's just preoccupied with other things.
Yeah, he's got to make a phone call in a little bit.
No, that's just PTSD hitting me.
PTSD, as he calls it.
Yes. So, and that person speaking would be. Okay, let's try that one more time. And that person speaking would be. Alright. Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. And that person
would be
speaking.
There we go.
Would be King Legacy. And Lone Wolf.
Oh.
And we are done. Wollie Mopped Gaming Podcast, episode number 13. So, the earlier last week, Chris Brown, who was on tour, and he's pretty lucky. And I was always wondering why he's so lucky. He just got out probation, right? Mm-hmm. And he was up in where was the fight? The fight was in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
The Mayweather fight, right?
Yeah.
He was playing basketball and punched this dude in the mouth and punched his friend in the mouth, right? Now Chris Brown's a big guy. I mean, I actually was standing next to Chris Brown. I met him like when he was younger, and he was like, I'm talking about, girl, excuse me, miss, like that Chris Brown.
Wow.
And he was still like 6 foot, like something, right? Like back then, and like so he's a pretty big dude. So he punched both these guys. Both these guys went to the cops, and they pressed charges on Chris Brown and everything.
and like a day later, the charges were dropped. So either he paid him off or he paid him another visit. I don't know what happened first, but I'm thinking it might be some kind of like mysterious like magic involved.
Why would you say such a thing?
Where are you getting at with this?
Well, Chris Brown finally got off tour or whatever he was doing, and he finally went to one of his homes, which is in LA. Went inside, so Chris Brown goes in his house, and his whole entourage is there because I guess security lives with him or some stupidness. I don't know, whatever. So he comes in, and in his kitchen he says that he sees painted across the cabinets, "I love you, Chris."
In what is the question?
I mean, it was red paint, maybe.
Chicken blood?
I don't know. This has a distinct.
How many chickens do you need? It's not coming up no matter how much I screw up.
Wait.
A bloodstain is orange.
You get a chicken. Wait, like how do you like pop its head off like it's a sharpie, like a sharpie top, and just like you gotta shake it up to make sure all the stuff. And just like start just use the chicken.
Or you just pop it off and use a roller to press all the blood out.
Right in the bucket. Get your paintbrush, and just wow.
Yep.
A blood stain is orange after you wash it 3 or 4 times in the tub, but that's normal, ain't it, Norman? Yes, I just quoted Eminem. I did that.
That's bad. That is bad.
So anyways, Chris Brown thinks that's kind of weird, but I mean, it's Chris Brown, so he has women like falling over him and being crazy over him
breaking
all the
into
time.
his house.
So probably saying "I love you, Chris" written in chicken blood, that probably didn't freak Chris out. You know what I mean?
He's like, I'm used to this.
He's like, I'm a superstar. This is what happens when you're a superstar. It's part of the life. So he goes up to his bedroom, and I'm guessing there's a lot of beds in this house. How does she know this is Chris' bedroom? Anyway, he finds a naked woman laying in his bed, sleeping, and apparently she's been there for a while because there's dirty dishes in the sink. So not only is she crazy, a stalker,
She better start cleaning some
a
dishes.
squatter, she's also lazy and not cleaning up. Oh, dirty ass bitch. Like multiple dishes from Mr. Chow's, like day after day. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Brown takes a picture of the chick coming downstairs, and she's looking crazy. She's not ugly, though, I don't think, but
she's a squatter, so
I saw some pictures, and I was like,
you wake up in the morning,
ooh.
I've seen some other stuff.
She's not like wow, that's bad, but it's like you look at her and you're just like ooh, and then you like know how crazy she is, and then she gets uglier from the crazy, and you're just like ooh.
Downhill from here.
So Chris Brown posts a picture and he's like I seen this crazy chick in my bed. So they had to detain her or whatever the case is. Police come and everything.
You say container?
I said container. You might want to put her in a container. You hear what she did. So anyways, right? So she posted a blog on her page saying that she was going out to LA to find her husband, Chris Brown. And she actually found him. And Chris Brown, the day after that he found the squatter, craziest fan living in his house, squatting there, found various bones, which could be from a small child or a chicken.
Booyaka.
So all I hear in my mind is
Plot twist.
All I hear in my mind right now is who do you voodoo bitch?
Game changer. Apparently,
Game changer.
This woman's YouTube page,
cheat codes and everything.
This
The
woman's
cover code.
YouTube page has nothing but like voodoo and like priestess things and everything like that. So she was trying to put a hex on Chris to get him to love her or whatever the case
The next
is.
thing you know is one night you're gonna see her calling to the walls. Turn her head.
No, that wouldn't be voodoo. That'd be demonic possession.
Yeah,
She's probably close to it.
Not the same.
No, not the same.
Not the same.
Not the
That's
same.
what I'm saying. But
Take it from the person from New Orleans. Not the same.
Not
Yeah,
the same at all.
not the
Demon
same.
possession and voodoo.
Voodoo is like she takes a locket of your hair and you do strange
probably
shit.
has a
Yeah,
doll too. 'Cause
She probably got all kind of Chris fibers are all over that room.
What if she's the reason for his success?
before you
And
find-
not
She's
she.
finally just coming to take it when she's old.
Yeah,
Holy
and like friggin' now that he like got her like locked up and stuff like that, she's just gonna remove all that shit. Like one
This is
day
what I think.
when he gonna like be doing something, trip, fall, bust his head on something, his tooth gonna fly out, and he gonna look weird. With
This is what I think. This is what I think. She tried all her voodoo stuff, right? She tried it all, and it didn't work. And she was like, "Damn, why isn't it working?" Because Rihanna got to his ass first. Island girls.
I can just still see a giant like voodoo, giant like a little giant clay doll, Chris Brown in her room somewhere in the corner,
like kind of like
short of him.
No. It's gonna be made out of chewing gum from all the times you chew it.
Hey,
Kind of like
really?
Hey Arnold. It's gonna be sitting in the closet. It's gonna be like
the shrine.
Oh God. Oh,
so she's a real life Helga. Without the unibrow, probably.
Without the unibrow, but she's crazy.
She probably doesn't have unibrow because she probably plucked this shit.
Yeah, she's crazy. It's just crazy.
I know she don't know what a brush look like. I know that.
The amount of naps.
The amount of naps.
Oh, good lord.
I mean, she had like couple weeks worth of dishes.
So she probably wore his shit too at the same time.
No, she probably was thinking we're together now, so I don't need to wash dishes. Whoever's the maid need to wash dishes. I'm his wifey now, so.
Oh man, no, she's an inmate now.
Oh yeah, crazy mentality, man. That does not. You think that's really gonna stop her from like?
Hey, and we will end this by quoting Will.
Don't fuck crazy.